freshmen here. We just got the win in Detroit. It's a great team effort, a great team finish, and we're looking to bounce back and already ready for next week. Hey, Viking fan, give me some! There they are. Skol Vikes.
Hey, Vikings fans, we back on track. Let's on to the next one. Always appreciate the support and the belief in all of us. Skol Vikes!
In trouble again. Looking, thinking about running, gonna try for a McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Unbelievable. The Vikings pull off a shocker at Ford Field. Here are the guys to break it all down.
Wow. Is all I can say. I know it's been already a couple hours since the end of that game. I still have to pinch myself to believe what got done in Detroit. Unbelievable performance. If I say to you, Tony Bell, to lead it off, and then to you, Bill, is this maybe arguably the most important win in Kevin O'Connell's head coaching tenure?
I'll sing when Paul's done singing. Probably because it was a must-win. Yeah. It was a division team. It was on the road, and this team had to prove they could play against these guys because they made Detroit Lions sound like they were world beaters. Which, if you are a Viking fan and you follow this division, the Lions will be Lions, and they were Lions today. So
it's incredible when you really think about it, because the amount of pressure, Bill Dunkel, that was on J.J. McCarthy, probably wrongly so, by some of the Viking fans that were already turning on him. I'm not mentioning names, but quite a few of them saying he's already a bust when the kid has barely played. When you see him, when I saw him on that first drive, I saw the smile on that kid's face. I felt relaxed. I'm like, you know something? This is going to be I didn't think they'd win, but I said they're coming to compete. And the way he played today shows you signs of why the Vikings selected J.J. McCarthy when they did.
Yeah, I mean, I read the tweets again today. He can't throw on the run and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And, you know, he's going to make mistakes. I think as a fan base, I think you both would agree, fans in general for the Vikings don't know how to act with a franchise young quarterback. And they
automatically think they're
impatient. We're impatient. But I am patient with him because it's going to take time. And you can just tell. You could tell from the Bear game late in the third into the fourth quarter, he has that it factor. The Falcon game was a disaster because they all played bad. It was a disaster from the head coach down. So, and you got to – the play calling was better today. Still work to be done down by the goal line. But overall, the kid's got it. Just needs to stay healthy. That's all.
Just has to stay healthy. You know, he shows you why. And, you know, I'm going to give KOC, I'm going to tip my cap to him, because the question I had was, is he going to allow JJ to run the ball? Well, JJ did run the ball, I think, like 9 times today, because there were times when the offensive line kind of lost its structure. And let's just face this, Hutchinson's a beast. He's a monster.
There were mishaps on handoffs too. A couple times with Mason.
Twice. Mason went the wrong way, and the blocking was to the left. I saw that, Tony. Yes. So, and there was a bad. And here's the thing: he didn't panic. There was a bad snap. Randall put it up on his shoulder. He got down to the ball. He held the ball. Didn't panic. This is what I'm talking about. The kid doesn't. And the interception he threw today, still don't know if that's an interception.
That's not. You know what? Technically, by NFL rules, you should have, and looking at the replay, it should have went to the offense, or it should have been an incomplete pass.
Tied to the pass catcher, and then the ball
there's
down.
And the tie like always goes to the offense, but then the ball did hit the ground.
Yes, it did.
Nobody had control of it, so it should have been.
It wasn't a great pass, but JJ was a little behind Jalen Naylor. Yep. But I mean, most of the day, there were a few passes there. He threw it high. He went like this. He was blaming himself. There was one to JJ on the sideline. But
I'm gonna put this out there. Besides that one catch at the end of the game to win it, it was awful.
Yeah, he's not good.
He was god awful.
Well, they have an issue. They don't really have.
His issue is he plays wide receiver and can't catch a damn ball.
But they don't have a good number 3. I'm almost willing to give Miles Price an opportunity. The guy does such a wonderful job returning kicks, even though he had a return brought back on another flag by special teams.
How about Fleming from the practice squad?
Somebody. I
Yeah.
mean, give us somebody that can actually do something, right? I mean,
By the way, can I bring up this something, Eric? You paid attention to this.
yeah.
Did you notice all the penalties? They took away our touchdowns. They made sure we didn't get points. Did you notice they were trying to keep it within that over-under?
Well, this is the whole thing. We could talk about Vegas conspiracy with this game as well.
Yeah.
All the money, it was 85% going on.
And the Lions.
And a lot of those penalties early were on the Lions. I was like, yeah, this is a little interesting. But they certainly hurt the Vikings too. And I'm like, ooh. And I think you texted me, Tony. You were like, these refs are going to cost us a win. But overall, Clay Martin's crew, I have the statistics here. They normally average 15 a game. There were 17 called today. There were a lot of penalties. But most of them were on Detroit, 10-7.
And most of them were in the fourth quarter.
Yes, they were. They were. They shot themselves in the foot, the Lions. They really did. And they were down to their third or fourth offensive lineman. Sewell was hurt.
Well, I guess both
Rutledge
the tackles, both the guards got hurt. Who I wanted the Vikings to draft. Ratledge got hurt.
Yeah.
And then Christian Mahogany got hurt. I think Mahogany might be out for a while.
Yeah, that looked like that. Almost kind of they were mentioning on the call today on Fox, Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady. They were mentioning that it kind of looked like what happened to Hutchinson.
Yeah.
His leg whipped and it hit. I don't know if it was Jonathan Allen. I think it was Jalen Redmond, actually.
Jalen Redmond, actually.
Hit him in his leg, but it whipped. You almost saw it almost snap.
Ooh.
And you kind of figure that's probably not too good. Mike Conrad, no INT. Vegas tried to control the game. They did. They really did.
They did.
It makes you wonder, what is that? The point structure, where it ended up. But I mean, the Lions had to win this game by 11 points, and throughout this game, it just didn't seem like it was going to happen, Bill. I mean, the defense stopped the Detroit Lions running game. That is something that I didn't think was going to be possible today, but they did, and they did it pretty early because the Lions went away from the run and just became like this pass-happy team. And, oh, by the way, then Flores decided, okay, I got you where I want you. I'm going to let the hounds out. I'm going to let the pass rush go. And then they blitz Goff effectively.
The Vikings, for the first time, I think, under this head coach, even the first time they beat him, I don't think it really happened. And it wasn't as noticeable as today. I think it's the first time they out-physical the Detroit Lions. That does not happen.
It is the first time.
That does not happen.
Hutchinson is a dirty AF. Well, I figure he's friends with JJ McCarthy. What was that? He tried to kick him.
Okay, did you see the cheap sack he got credit for?
Yeah, that was kind of.
How pathetic is that? He didn't even earn it.
No, he didn't.
I mean, my God. Give me a break.
And the offensive line, still a little shaky. O'Neal was getting eaten alive by Hutchinson.
Yeah.
There's the
first they did not line up Hutchinson on Darisaw.
No, they didn't. They went over to O'Neal.
They went over to Brian O'Neal's side.
The one time they did, and he got bullied.
All these pictures, the sounds that you heard courtesy of the NFL on Fox. The first half stats, I mean, I couldn't have drawn it up any better if I asked. The Vikings had the time of possession control. They had 10 more yards than the high-flying Lions offense that had a bye week to prepare, Tony Bell. A bye week to prepare. They looked sluggish. Goff looked scared. I'm telling you, the Vikings got to him early because Van Ginkel is sneaky. You see him when he thinks you're blitzing, and then he goes into coverage and tries to, plays that way. That gets in your head when you're a quarterback. Goff, even on the easy throws, there were a couple patterns where I thought St. Brown was wide open on one of them. I think it was Williamson was open on one of them. They had plays that were there, and he just threw it too quick, or he kind of.
If I had been Morton, the OC, he should have been throwing more to Laporta because Laporta had that middle of the field open.
Oh my God, that first drive, guys! I mean, we were thinking, oh boy. This could be blown.
Oh, here we go again. This is every week.
What is it with Flores' defense, Bill Dunkel? You mentioned this more than anyone here.
It happens all the time. It happens all
7 points right out the gun.
I mean, it's just like that's why I think those two deserve each other, him and the head coach, because it's the same thing every week. At the beginning,
Though
I will say this is the first time, at least This year, I can truly, right off the bat, it didn't take them forever to adjust. They really got after it after that drive. I have to give them credit.
Yeah, they did.
I got to
They
tip my
really
cap. They bullied them, and Redmond was a bully. They all, I mean,
Hargrave and Redmond showed up. Well, Redmond always shows up, but Hargrave was out there
Hargrave
today.
finally
Yeah, he
showed
got
up.
it. He had his third sack today.
He got his third sack, and he had a tackle for loss, and they stuffed him. Jonathan Allen looked pretty good too. So
Cool, Papa Bell, 2910, didn't 33 look determined, guys? Yeah, it's a shame though. It's a shame that he had some kind of injury.
Well, you know what? The guy's been injury prone his whole career. So
True. But he sees the Lions, and I tell you what, he becomes electric against the Lions. That is a team that he loves to play against. So hopefully this shoulder injury is not as severe as he was on the sideline though. So there's the thought process. If it was severe, I don't think.
But you could tell he didn't have that kind of range of motion that you need. You could kind of tell that. So you go back to Mason, and guess what? I mean, Mason, you give him a crack, he's just as good. He's more durable.
Yeah, I think he is, but I think now we got to look at it, guys. Right? They're gonna have to get some depth. Oh, because Xavier did Xavier even play today? I didn't even see him out there.
No, he didn't play.
He didn't play.
he's hurt, right?
He's been hurt too. So the Vikings are in a situation. Cam Akers.
You know what, though? Let's think about it. Do we really need another running back? Because guess what?
We don't run the ball. We ran it more so today. I was encouraged up until the last 10 minutes of the second quarter.
When we needed at that last drive, when we needed to take time off the clock and make them burn their timeouts, he played right into the Lions.
He gets too cute.
He's trying to outthink. Sometimes it's about playing smash mouth football. It's about lining up, and today, for the most part, they did it. They met the Lions with the physical ability. I think today, when we look at our good, bad, and ugly, we'll get to that in a little bit here. The good thing on what I saw today was the defense was just swarming. You saw the purple helmets everywhere. Now they did miss a few tackles. It cost them on the drive the second drive in particular that Detroit scored their touchdown. I mean, Murphy, what are you doing? You got to size up. You can't just dive and go for the feet.
Oh, Grenard missed 2 sacks.
And Grenard missing sacks is sort of an ongoing theme here, right? He's always going out way too wide. You know, quarterbacks are smart. They step up.
And then he's trying to hit them high. They duck, and he just goes over the top of them. I'm just like, come on, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's got to clean that up. I think he will. But he does show. When Grenard's out there, he shows. He's always pushing.
He's around the ball. I mean, you made a bonehead play on that 4th and 5 when you jumped off sides, but
now I ask you this, Tony. I ask you this: did Brian Flores make a tremendous switch by putting Eric Wilson as a starter? Because Eric Wilson was absolutely fantastic today.
Yep. I'll tell you what, their sacks, they blitzed the A gap a lot today and had success.
They blitzed a whole lot today.
They blitzed a lot in that A gap and had success. And we've been talking about the old man, Harrison Smith, and guess what? Here he is blitzing, knocking down passes.
Yeah, that was a big play, too. That was the third down play. And he had to get up. If he didn't, that ball had gotten over. Gibbs was just sitting there ready to run.
Yeah. And he got a fumble recovery, thanks to Blake Cashman.
The only thing I don't like, Bill Dunkel, and I still don't like, is when they do that A-gap thing, and then you see Harrison having to jog back, and I'm like, oh, boy. Usually bad things happen when the old man Harrison has to run back.
Especially, he has never been one to be very good against the pass.
No, and in that first drive that Detroit had, I mean, I don't know. I think Detroit should have stuck with going with Laporta. We got a couple breaks from Dan Campbell. I could see where he might be a little upset with maybe his offensive coordinator because they really didn't establish the run at all in this game when that's what Detroit does to open up the pass.
Well, we took the run away, though. We did take the run away.
We did.
Which is surprising. Detroit, the Chargers ran for over 200, so I just
got a running back, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what it was, I think a lot of it has to do with pride, too. We know this, Bill, you know, the fact that the Vikings, when they see the Lions, this is a divisional rival. For whatever reason, whatever happened last week, you can throw it in the toilet and flush it. It's a whole different thing when you're playing a division rival because you get more amped up for it. It seemed like the Vikings defense was definitely more amped up, and I'm going to credit the fact that they were more amped up. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that was Eric Wilson's first sack.
But here's a kicker, though, when you say that. Yeah, we had more to prove, but guess what? the Lions were coming in here on a high note. They have been dominating teams, especially at home and especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Sure.
They should have been just as ramped up too, even though they had won 5 straight. They should have been more ramped up, and
I agree with you.
they look like us.
I agree with you, but Bill, I think the offense, because of how they responded to the first punch, how they went right down the field after, of course, they were set up by a beautiful kick return by Miles Price, but they literally took that, and JJ's like, that's okay. We're going to stick it right back at them. And when they scored, the defense was energized because
100%.
the simple passes.
That was a drive of the game.
Yes, exactly. I think it was. That was a crucial, right, to score right back and give it right back at them.
Well, because they have bullied the Vikings. Meathead is 5-1 against.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
bullied
them.
I think was 5-0 as starting quarterback.
Half 5-0. Yes, he was 5-0.
Well, almost a perfect rating. I mean, he played well. You know, we all say Goff struggled, but he still completed 25 out of 37 for 284, 2 touchdowns with a rating that's up over 115. That's pretty good. But it was a contained pretty good. He just didn't seem as confident as
I just think psychologically they weren't 100% there because they bullied the Vikings the past 5 times. They got that winning streak again. They got their own winning streak, and the Vikings have not looked good. Mostly last Thursday when the Charger game. I mean, that destruction. I don't know, TB, you played the game. That's just sometimes it just creeps in your head, even though it shouldn't. It's just, even though it's a divisional game, I still think they took the Vikings just a tad.
Oh, I think they did.
They took them way too. I think that's where Dan Campbell's arrogance bit him in the ass. And I'll tell you what, now that you look at it, it wasn't Dan Campbell that beat the Vikings 5 times in a row. It was Aaron Glenn, and Ben Johnson. That beat the Vikings 5 times in a row. That's the way you got to look at it, because Dan Campbell had a chance today to prove that he was the better coach. And he owned KOC, and KOC went into his house and literally beat his ass.
So when we look at this game, gentlemen, we already made a conclusion. This might be the biggest win.
It is.
Kevin O'Connell's and Brian Flores' duo together. So here, you got to gain momentum now. When we look at what J.J. McCarthy provided the Vikings, you look at his statistics. I know some people are going to say, well, he just threw for 143 yards. That's not what I care about. That's not what you look at. You look at the guy's ability to score when they need to score, and his ability to know what the situation is in the game and provide his team an opportunity to win. And JJ is going to do that. Like the screenplay to Aaron Jones on that 2nd and 15 in the first half was a thing of beauty. That's what the Vikings missed because Carson was hurt and couldn't make that simple screen pass out there. And McCarthy threw it beautifully. It was well designed.
One of those screen passes they called a lateral. They credit it as a lateral.
Did they really?
Yeah, they changed it as a lateral. I'm like, that's a screen pass.
Well, it does seem like the Vikings do call that, and it's like it does look like it could be considered a lateral because of where the play.
Yeah, but the way he threw it, it was like right at the line. It's like a screen pass.
It was a screen pass. It was
and they called it. They credit. That's why I think that's why he got credited for 78 yards rushing, I believe.
Yeah.
Because of they changed that to.
That's right. I was wondering because I was like, isn't that a pass, Mike Conrad? F&A boys, let's celebrate. Yeah, we're going to celebrate. You know it. We're going to pop open some champagne. This is a huge win. But you know what? We're just 4-4. We're still in last place in the NFC North. We got a lot of making up to do. So what we're trying to get to is this. With that win in Detroit, is this a launching point, Bill Dunkel? And will they take that momentum into US Bank Field against the almost unstoppable Lamar Jackson and the Ravens?
Well,
I think so.
He's not unstoppable.
Well, here's the thing: when they beat
true test,
when they beat the Bears and they were on that high, what happened against Atlanta?
Yeah, they were flat.
They were flatter than flat. They can't do that. Listen, Lamar's going to give him problems with his running. He gives everybody problems. Henry's
the one that will give them the problems.
Henry's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to be – but, if the Vikings –
But here's the thing, though. Them two don't play defense.
No.
And
Here's
Baltimore's
another aspect.
defense is
As good as
bad.
Henry is, I would be more fearful of the duo of Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery, especially on the road. And the Vikings stood up and absolutely dominated. Mike Conrad, we do have a quarterback, and that's what I think. That's the thing moving forward. I think Tony Bell we can take is at least with JJ, you got a moxie there. You got this winning presence, smiling. I'm going to fire it in there.
Okay, can I ask something? I didn't watch it, but on ESPN this morning, that garbage network. I only watch it when I have to watch my teams or other college football, baseball, whatever. Heavy hockey. These clowns were debating the Darnold, Daniel Jones, McCarthy.
Oh yeah, they've been doing it for the last.
They've been doing it all year.
Rex Ryan said they blew it. Others said the Vikings blew it by letting Darnold walk out. Again, McCarthy has now played 3 games. How in God's name can you even say that?
And he's got to win against Chicago.
He's beat division teams.
And by the way, if you keep Sam Darnold. Again, that cap, they were not going to do it this time. They wanted again for the upteenth time, they wanted that rookie contract, and that's what they wanted for so long after they got out of the minivan nonsense.
Here's the thing. This is what they
wanted, and JJ is the guy. You can see he's got to stay healthy.
This is the problem with national media. They're questioning the quarterback. Why is nobody questioning the offensive coordinator / head coach in his play calling?
Because he's a top 3 coach in the NFL.
He's not even close.
Well, Mike Greenberg would draft him number 1 because of his ability to develop quarterbacks.
And who the hell is Greenberg?
Huh?
I used to work with
what is he, a banker or something?
Very good guy. I love
Greenberg.
I like working
Greenberg and Sons friggin' loan company? No, okay.
Well, he is a Jets fan, so you gotta,
Yeah,
okay. You know what? First of all, Jets fans never say anything about NFL football because the Jets ain't been reveling since 1968.
The only one, and I
last time they won back in 1968.
68. Randy Moss, I think, was the only one on that panel, of course, that really stuck up for him. I believe maybe Teddy Bruschi did. I'm not sure.
No, you know who did, and he had the most eloquent thing to say.
Because I didn't hear it all. I didn't watch it all.
Right. JJ is the guy. You bet Mike Conrad he is. And we're going to love talking about him moving forward.
Who stuck up for him?
Who stuck up for him?
Peter Schrager stood up for him.
Schrager is a Viking guy.
He is. But Peter Schrager said, right, he basically said that there is not a younger quarterback with more pressure on their shoulders than there is with JJ McCarthy because 100%. Of the situation
that's true.
That he's coming in. The team won 14 games last year. You see some of these yokels who are like, oh, they should have kept Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones. Really? Okay, we'll see. I want to have this conversation in a year or 2 from now when both those guys crap to bed in playoffs, okay? And JJ does what he's done every time playing a big game and come out a winner.
Guys,
bottom line, any way you want to surmise your quarterbacks.
Think about this, guys. How often this week do we hear even our local press talking about we should make a trade for you-know-who?
Oh, all these. Yeah, that was just sick.
That's not. Yeah, I know.
Kirk Cousins. I just saw Russell Wilson. Why would you even go that? That's the one thing I'll say.
You stick with Max Brosmer and just let it
right, I agree. But you know what? I get the fact you said this, Bill. It's good to have a veteran. Look what Joe Flacco's doing in Cincinnati. That's
489 today in loss.
Unbelievable. But Cincinnati's defense is so bad. We'll get into that when we look around the NFC North in just a minute. But it's like, what in the world is this hatred towards JJ McCarthy? It's like, what are you talking about? We finally have a guy.
Because here's the problem with Viking fans. They're gauging what other teams are doing. And most of the people complaining up here aren't football people. They don't know football unless they're playing fantasy football.
And you know what's funny? Here's a big example. Take away Drake May a little bit. Bo Nix is 7-2 with the Broncos. It's not because of Bo Nix.
Sean Payton and the way that they built that defense.
That defense is good. Bo Nix has had a part of it, of course, but he has not set the world on fire.
Do you know Bo Nix is number 1 in all categories for quarterbacks drafted in that class?
But think about it here.
He was the last guy taken, correct? Am I not?
Yeah. Bo Nix is Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Drake May as Josh McDaniel.
Absolutely. And that's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. Now, Kevin O'Connell might have learned something, right? I think he's learned a little bit in the sense that I got to let JJ play to his strengths. Today might have been
Well,
a
What have I been saying?
Well, we've all been saying it. We're
Great
all in the
coaches
same
let you
pattern
guys
of this
think,
whole
oh.
thing.
Well, did you notice, though? I was shocked. Beginning of the game, first drive. He had JJ in pistol.
Yes.
I was shocked. I'm like, wait, he's in pistol?
Okay. Yes, good.
And he had success. Then in the second half, he put him back under center, still had some success, but keep him in pistol, let him make plays.
I mean, this is the start of something, gentlemen. We have to look at this now. We wanted this moment. I think the three of us were so excited when J.J. McCarthy was drafted. Yeah. He went through the process, injuries aside, it really crippled us. I remember the day he got hurt. We were excited because we saw that touchdown pass he had against the Raiders. We're all excited.
Yeah, too.
And then we wake up that week and it was like,
he's out.
He's out. Too. No one could have foreseen what Sam Darnold did. I'm sorry. Nobody could have.
No
one. Even with Kyle Shanahan, that's what we really credit.
Until Sam Darnold wins a big game and a playoff game, then get back to me.
That's the bill. That's what everybody is saying. He's got to win a playoff game also.
Got to win one. You know what JJ's done that those quarterbacks haven't done? In fact, do you know what JJ's done that none of the quarterbacks that were drafted in that draft, including Drake May, sorry about this quality control, and Bill Dunkel, that's your second favorite team. JJ's won a championship.
Yeah.
He's won. In high school, he won. In college, he won. He's a winner.
And I'm not going to lie, guys, when they looked at the quarterbacks from that draft class, I thought Drake May was probably the worst.
He's going to be like that guy to the right, the guy that did the game today. He's going to be a lot like him. And let me tell you, Tom Brady was trying to keep it calm because he didn't want to go overboard with the love that he has for J.J. McCarthy. But I can already tell you that basically the GOAT of all quarterbacks has already said he's the best quarterback that has ever come out of Michigan. That man to the right said it. And also said, there's something about this kid. He kind of reminds me of somebody. And I guess you can put it together who he reminds everybody about. Now, they're talking about Drake May in New England for good reason.
Yeah, he's played well.
I can honestly say that. We want to go off script a little bit. We could talk about Drake May because that guy is the real deal.
Well, Drake, though, does have an offensive literally, he is an offensive genius, Josh McDaniel. Such as a head coach, but he is an offensive genius.
He is, Tony, but you know what? That offensive genius has put Drake May in an offense that suits his skills and says, go run, go use that arm, throw it.
Okay. Yeah, what is our offensive guru, genius, quarterback guru done?
Right. Here's what Drake May can do. He can make average wide receivers and then Stephon Diggs and aging Stephon Diggs look like top-notch receivers because where he puts the ball is ridiculous and how far he can throw it. He has already established something that no quarterback who has ever been in the NFL has done in their first year of being an official starter. This is Drake May's second year. But he has thrown more 50-yard passes, more 70-yard passes, completing them in the first, 8 games at a percentage of 70% or higher. Think about that for just a moment. There's quarterbacks that play in the game today that don't even get 60% for a whole game. Yep. This guy's stepping back, 5-6 step drops and says, okay, oh, there you go. Boom, Diggs, go. 50, 60, 70 yards. This kind of reminds me, you guys, a little bit of when Randall Cunningham had Randy Moss and literally was just stepping back and like, okay. Tossing it there.
But here's the thing with Randall, though. He had Robert Smith in the backfield to run the ball. The Patriots have nobody running the ball.
Nobody yet. Nobody. Imagine if he gets a stud running back. The Patriots absolutely have to. Absolutely.
Patriots, you know what it is? Mike Vrabel also.
Yes. Vrabel's a different
coach of the year, Bill Dunkel. Coach of the year already.
Hey, by the way, can I say something about McCarthy? The big knock on him is what? His arm strength. If you listen to Burkhardt today, he almost said that's not an issue. With the zip he has on the ball and and
Well, I think actually, Bill, McCarthy's problem is more touch. I think
Yes,
the,
yes.
the velo,
That's a-
the zip is there. I mean, look at that throw he made on the run to Hawkinson. Now that's a throw that you can only throw if you're very confident. Brady was like, I don't like it when you're rolling to your right,
Yep,
and then you're
throwing
throwing
across the
back
body.
to your
Yep.
left. Bad things normally happen, but he threw it so hard, and Hawkinson had just absolutely was left by
You know
himself.
what, though? Tom Brady did mark out when he completed that pass to Naylor at the end of the game. Brady lost it. He went crazy.
Winning plays.
Yes,
That's
he
what you do
went
as a quarterback.
crazy.
You
Don't-
win the game.
They
game.
seem to play. They seem to play. You know, I know the Atlanta game, but again, the Atlanta game, I think that was a coaching more than anything issue.
That was all coaching.
Yeah, the players love that kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw. Did you guys all watch the
Love
post game? Oh my God! They let him go in there, and JJ's like,
I did
full
not
of
see it. What happened? I did not.
Oh,
see
he's
it.
just like running in there. He's like, oh, and they're all bopping him, and then he's like, this to Bernard's like, bang, let's go. Like he is.
We haven't.
He is.
Like
He's
when
the
I
leader
said.
guy.
When I said he's got some Joe Cap in him, that's
He's
what I
got
meant.
Joe
Because
Cap in him. He's
the
got
players,
a winning mentality. To him.
the players rallied around Joe Cap. They would go into a bar fight with Joe Cap leading them. And
Joe-
You're going to go to a bar fight with JJ. I mean, JJ doesn't
Yeah.
look that tough. He is. He's
Wait
a
a
hockey
minute!
player.
Don't
I
you
will
think
go
they
to
were
a bar fight with
Wait
JJ.
a minute! I think the greatest leader as a Viking quarterback was Minivan. Come on now.
Oh, well, I mean, that's true. Statistically.
quality control. Can you cut his mic?
Kirko. No, we don't like it, Kirko. Pipe down. You're in Atlanta. Worry about your Atlanta career. No.
Oh, by the way, when you have a girlfriend who cheers for another team
Yeah.
and the way they lose today,
Oh, that hurts.
yeah,
Parker Romo, the ex-Viking kicker, and Patriots.
his name is not John Parker Romo anymore.
You know, it's probably not. He might be on the
Can I
waiver
ask
wire.
a question,
Be careful.
TB? Did he hit the upright on that extra point, or was it just wide? Isn't that how they lost? He missed the
I
extra point.
think it was wide.
I didn't see it, but you know.
All I know, I don't even know what happened. All I know is
that
they
would make Kai Forbath very proud. Kai
right.
Forbath.
They went for it. Next thing I know, my girlfriend's screaming up a storm, cussing out everybody. I'm like, what happened? He's like, he missed the point after. I'm like, oh, damn.
Hey, by the way, one quick thing. There was a record made today in the NFL, and I'll give a shout out who I love Will Reichert. He's very good. I love him. Cam Little,
Field goal.
68-yard field goal for the Jaguars.
68-yard field goal. Yes, he did.
Yeah. I mean, Will Reichert's
NFL
been
record. That
really-
kid.
I know that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get to the good, bad, and ugly, and then we'll do our final thoughts, and then maybe talk about what's upcoming for the Vikings here. I already said what my good was: swarming defense. Bad, guys, stupid penalties, especially on kick returns. Miles Price has to be the most snake bit kick returner in all of football because this guy consistently puts the Vikings in a good way, and then you're just waiting. You're like, yep, yeah, there's a flag.
You know, I was waiting for that penalty to be called on Tyler Batty, that kick return penalty. I was waiting for it to be Tyler Batty.
Yeah, you mean on our tush push expert?
Then it was
Tyler
Tavarian
Batty.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Beth, oh, Bill, don't be dissing my Fran that way. LOL. Oh, Beth, noob, saying that you're dissing Fran Tarkenton.
No, I'm the only one that disses Fran Tarkenton.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned Fran's the greatest
That's Bill
quarterback in
Dunkel's
the
favorite
history.
player for crying out loud. Was Fran Tarkenton. So
Everybody,
But you know what? Let me say this: Fran is the greatest, but I'm a realist. You know, I've gotten older, more mature. When I was a kid, I didn't want to listen to no bad about Fran. But listen, in all honesty, Fran is the greatest, but he was not the greatest leader. It is Joe Cap. Period.
Yeah.
End of
that's
story.
true. That's true, Bill, without question.
End of story. It was Joe Cap.
Joe Cap, probably the most loved quarterback in Vikings history. That's what JJ wants to assimilate to be like. Maybe
To be honest with you, I equivoque Fran Tarkenton and Alan Page because I think both have about the same type of personality.
Yeah.
I don't think either one's a leader, but great and Hall of Famers.
Jennifer.
yeah, their egos. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know this. Their egos when Fran came back, they got in a fight on the field at training.
Yeah, and you can see why because I think
Yep.
they're the same.
Jennifer Olsen just adding in that the hype machine on the Fox post game, Terry Bradshaw was raving on how JJ McCarthy played today. Well, yeah. I mean,
by the way, and I'll be there next Sunday, and I'm going to be doing videos again if I can get that damn.
Nice. Well, that's going to be.
Here's the thing with JJ. We should see a lot more of this. JJ is technically an old school type of quarterback where his yards aren't going to be for what the fantasy football numbers. They're not going to be those kind of numbers.
No, they're not.
But the number that matters will be that W that he gets.
Performing late in games.
Well, again,
that's where JJ will come through.
Look how they play for him. Look at how he acts on the field. You can just see it.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
He's a leader. They like him. They gravitate to him.
Like him and they respect him.
Are important. Exactly.
Is it safe to say he's probably the first real quarterback leader we've had since what? Kramer, I'd say.
Well, Favre for the 1 year, I think, had the team in eating out of the.
But here's the thing with Favre. Favre was a rental.
Yeah.
When you think about quarterbacks that we've had here that we brought here to be the leader,
and please don't say Bambi.
No,
I can't. Bambi is the biggest.
I think the players love Teddy Bridgewater. And listen, I personally got to talk to Teddy Bridgewater a couple times.
He's a great kid, but oh my God,
unbelievable kid.
Here's the thing, though. Teddy, and I bring this up with people. Teddy doesn't get hurt. You don't have Bradford.
You're right. 100%.
You don't have Keenum, and you sure as hell do not have.
History could have changed.
Thank you.
You can win with a quarterback I think that's what frustrated Mike Zimmer. That's who I think he really wanted to keep.
Oh yes,
100%. Yeah, that was his guy. That's why he drafted him.
And then there's good reason. I mean, he formed a relation. I mean,
but Mike
Zimmer was very hard. Zimmer was very hard to get close with because he was, let's face it, a surly old guy who wouldn't say hi to you.
He's old school.
And he wouldn't say good morning to you. And
he doesn't sing Kumbaya with the rest of the players.
Bambi does not have McCarthy's talent. It is not.
No, it doesn't have JJ's arm strength.
No,
JJ has that arm strength, and we're going to see more. Look at that throw to Justin Jefferson. Was over his shoulder. I mean, granted, JJ had to bring it in.
Well, look at the one to Addison, who I think should have caught it. That was a beautiful throw.
That was a beautiful throw. It was right where it was supposed to be. Right where it's supposed to be. So my good swarming defense, bad stupid penalties, and number 37. Tavaria Thomas, whatever the hell your first name is, you better really...
Doesn't matter. It'll be on the waiver wire next week.
It'll be on the waiver wire.
Yeah, but he's a special. Honestly, he's a special teams guru. He's an ace, and that's why they got
today. Him. Was it not today? No, sir. The ugly. I have to say, honestly, Isaiah Rodgers. I'm gonna have to look at his coverage abilities because the Eagles exposed something.
He's been, by the way, I've read on him. He's been exposed ever since that Bengal game.
Yeah, he got exposed.
Yeah.
He got exposed a week later.
Yep.
So we're going to have to monitor that. And I think now the interesting question to ask you gentlemen this before you get to your good, bad, and ugly, and we wrap this all up and maybe go around the NFC North one more time, is this. With this victory, you know what comes up this week? The trade deadline. Now,
Tuesday.
I was going. Oh, it's next Tuesday.
Is it this Tuesday or next Tuesday?
This Tuesday.
This Tuesday. So we're literally 48 hours away. Okay. So my question, it's a tough one.
I know what I do.
I'm going to tell you this. I think the Vikings are going to do what the Patriots are doing, if this makes sense. They're going to trade a couple people, but they're going to try to add something that will make a difference. But you start off first, Bill, with this. What do the Vikings do? Because they do have a lot of big contracts. There's certain guys that certainly haven't lived up to it this year.
Well, it's funny. The guys that like Aaron Jones people thought about him because
Los Angeles, the Chargers.
Obviously not. And Naylor, he's not coming back, but they're not going to trade him because they have nobody else.
No one who can replace him right now.
Hey, by the way, Viking fans, you love Thielen. You said he had to come back and blah, blah, blah.
I did.
Give me a break. The guy's toast.
I'm guilty.
What do I think they need? I think they still need another. I think they need another running back.
Yeah, they kind of do, right?
You could find a running back on the way.
They could find a running back.
How
about secondary? Honestly, I think a cornerback is probably what they need. And by the way, you know who's on the block? They say is the kid from Seattle, who to me in TV you can go in. This is Wooten. He's 6'4". He's got the length. He's a good player, but the problem is the Vikings aren't going to trade picks. I mean, when I say picks, I'm not talking 5th, 6th, 7th. I'm talking
second or
first,
third.
second, third, and even
The only
fourth.
reason I know about Wooten is because JJ owned him last year in Seattle.
But would you take him on this team if you could get him for maybe a 4th, 5th rounder, maybe a 5th rounder? But I don't think that's not going to cut it.
No, I would take him if it's a 4th or 5th rounder.
So Tony, same question to you. Do you think they're staying pat, or do you think they're going to add, or are they going to?
I think they stand pat. And by the way, one more. Please
They
don't sprint in a quarterback. Don't sprint in a quarterback, please.
No, they already did. They brought in John Wolford. John Wolford is KOC's buddy with the Rams.
Yeah, they're not gonna. I think they stay pat. If they bring in anybody, it might be. Now I've heard this name, the center with the Raiders. His name has come up.
I like that.
Juergens is still hurt, or what? I mean, Brandel. Unless they think Brandel's better than Juergens.
Juergens is also undersized too.
Howard Johnson from Oregon came out as one of the top centers, and it does not fit the Raiders' offense, and that's the guy that they need to move.
I don't think anybody fits the Raiders' offense.
I think there's a lot of people that want to get.
Well, when you don't give Ashton Genty the ball, and Mr. Kelly keeps on screwing.
Genty did score. He did score today.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did score.
All right, so Bill Dunkel, you're good, bad, and ugly for today.
The good, well, I'm going to say that JJ McCarthy.
I mean,
has to be him. Right? I mean, he brought something that a little attitude. I think just having him there and the way he is. The bad, I will say. Wait, there ain't much bad. Well, I'm going to say it. It's kind of fun. I'm going to say special teams because again they had penalties back to back and.
Too many.
And that one took away a touchdown. And you know what I'm going to say for the ugly? Myself.
Uh-oh. What, Bill?
Well, I picked Detroit to win this game 30-7.
Well, most people did. In fact, let me give out a little shout out to Ted Camachis. I believe Ted was the only one when we did our predictions. You weren't with us, Bill, when we did the preview show.
Yep.
But on there, Ted Camachis did pick the Vikings to win 19-17. And I think if I read that right, Brian Adams, cuts like a knife Adams, had the Vikings winning too. So 2 people out of everybody. I mean, some of us, Chipper, I'm not going to mention, or I'm going to mention you basically said we should have forfeited the game, but we didn't. So you know what, Bill, you can't. I mean, I didn't think they were going to win today. I mean,
I'm going to. The reason I'm saying that ugly and then I picked them to lose is it goes to the reason I thought they would get whipped is because the head coach and the defensive coordinator, who I have just trashed the past week and a half. You guys know it. I've ripped them both, but I will eat it, not fried, but grilled. I think both. You could see the energy today, which I have not seen in a while.
Yeah,
on that sideline, mostly from Brian Flores, because that's how he is. Mm-hmm. And I give him listen. I'm going to give the guy credit. I think with him, the whole key to that his defense is stopping the run and getting that pass rush going. Mm-hmm. And if neither one works, it's not going to. If they're not stopping this run, you have and obviously turnovers.
Yeah, and
but
your game ball. So your game
run.
Yeah,
because if they stop the run, it gets the pass rush usually going.
Right. And they had a pass rush. I think they had 15 quarterback pressures.
Well,
yeah, they had 5 sacks. So they had the pressure. They stopped the run. They did both things really well. There's some coverage things that might have to be cleaned up somewhat. I mean, another position, maybe guys, safety.
Maybe they need a safety
because Metellus cannot guard anybody. Harrison Smith is a little long in the tooth back there.
Theo is, I don't know why. Brian Flores loves him. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
By the way, and quickly, game ball goes to Brian Flores, in my opinion.
Yeah. Beth, we thought that Gibbs was going to run through our D-All game as well, and he didn't. And he left me in a lurch for my fantasy team, but I'm very happy with that. I don't care. It's all about reality football. My fantasy team can recover next week. It doesn't matter this week. So screw my fantasy team and go Vikings. Bill, so your game ball was to J.J. McCarthy then? Is that what you're
getting? Brian Flores.
Brian Flores. Okay. Tony Bell, good, bad, and ugly game ball.
Good, J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah. I mean,
bad, KOC's play calling down at the goal line.
A couple times. At
ugly.
the last 3 minutes of the game. What are you doing,
No.
KOC? It was still
Clock
got to
management.
take the heat there.
The ugly was the officials who decided to keep track of the numbers in Vegas and start throwing a bunch of flags in the fourth quarter.
There were a
What was
lot
the
of
over-under?
flags thrown, 17 of them.
Yeah. Over and game ball. Oh, you got to give it to JJ.
Yeah, I mean, I would
All right.
go JJ.
All right, I'm going to be. I know Bill went with the coach. I'm going to get. This is tough. The game ball for me. I'm going to stick with him, Blake Cashman.
Yeah,
I'm going to stick
he
with
played
Blake.
well.
And I got to say this: when Blake Cashman tackles you, you don't go anywhere. You just don't go. And he might have had the play of the game when Montgomery got free and was going to have a big first down run, and Blake Cashman did the old punch out.
Yeah.
The Vikings got the ball, and that's when JJ scored that big touchdown. He had 14 tackles, was just about everywhere the ball was. He was one of the helmets that was leading the charge. I mean, it's tough because Eric Wilson had 2 sacks. You could certainly give it to him. I have no problem with that. And yes, of course, offensively, JJ McCarthy.
And the funny part about it was, where did most of the pressure come from today? The A gaps.
Came up
Yep.
the A-gaps,
It was
know.
the
And
A-gaps.
Levi Drake Rodriguez, gentlemen, officially has his first quarterback sack. And more importantly, maybe the play of the game right there, his big paw getting up there, him and Elijah Williams blocking a kick, and then Isaiah Rodgers somehow not scoring a touchdown. But
Well, that block was all LDR.
yeah, it was. I know they mentioned Elijah Williams did get some push.
Well,
Well, also, I'm going to bring this up too. You
could
could see right there with the way that Vikings were hitting the A gaps today.
Yeah,
The Lions miss Frank Ragnow.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They miss Ragnow, and I'll tell you what.
And
Hats off to Flores.
Kevin Zeitler,
And Zeitler, yes, and Zeitler. Because I'll tell you what, Brian Flores found that weakness and exposed it.
He did.
He did. And plus, now this is a difference now, folks, between a mobile quarterback in JJ McCarthy and a not mobile quarterback in Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Right. And look at some of the plays JJ McCarthy made. I don't think Carson Wentz could have made. This is not a shot at Carson Wentz. He played hurt. Give the guy all the credit. But JJ did stuff with his feet, making plays happen, and obviously running out on a rollout and making that pass touchdown to TJ Hawkinson.
Yep.
Bill, you had something you wanted to add?
No. I mean, Flores. See, they even mentioned in the broadcast that they were going to go after that center. Flores was going to go after that center. It doesn't sound like really nobody else has, and I think he might have just set up a good old blueprint because this center's not trained right now.
I would have expected Tampa Bay to exploit him. They didn't do it.
So, gentlemen, before we leave, just a quick look around the NFC North one more time. Packers still in first place, 5-1. Huge loss to Carolina today.
That was a bad loss at home.
That was a really bad loss. It
was so bad. It was so bad. I enjoyed it.
And actually, the Packers probably should have lost to the Cardinals too. We're not even. So the Packers are on notice right now.
Carolina,
maybe a fraudulent first place team. Detroit with that loss, I think they're going to recover. They're still pretty dynamite, but Vikings certainly put a little nail in their heart. So
I'm going to put this out there as far as all the Chicago Bear fans. This year's Bear team is the 2022 Minnesota Vikings team in the way they win.
Yep.
Very lucky.
Very lucky.
Yeah. And you know, all the Bengals had to do was tackle Loveland. They had no timeouts. Somehow Loveland outran the Bengals secondary guy. And all he had to do was tackle him. There was no way the Bears.
I think that's going to cost the head coach's job.
Should definitely cost the secondary.
That's 2 weeks in a row, 2 games in a row. The Jets now this one. That
the Jets and the Bears just
Zach Taylor cannot survive.
There's a reason they call them the Bungles because they can screw up anything.
Yeah. And then our Minnesota Vikings are in last place, but I say it with the thought process that they are the only team in the division that's 2-0. And
listen, if they don't beat the Ravens, this means nothing. They have to win 2 in a row. They haven't done it all year.
Yeah, they got to start going on a roll.
Especially now, and especially they're playing this game at home.
Yeah, they got the Ravens, and then they have the Packers or the Bears coming up after that?
The Bears.
The Bears and then the Packers. So they're going to still have – if they can beat the Ravens, then the whole division's right in front of them.
But here's the thing, though, with that Packer offense, completely different look with Croft out.
Yes. No, that's a big loss. That's
a big loss for Jordan Love.
And they got
because
another problem.
his wide
They got
receivers
another
are very inconsistent.
Their kicker.
So everybody tonight, let us all have a beverage of your choice. Let's rejoice, be positive. It's a fantastic week ahead because we're on the vibe of the Minnesota Vikings.
Can we roll the boat?
Detroit Lions.
I'm not rolling no damn boat.
Let's roll the boat.
No, I will never roll a boat. What the hell does a gopher have to do with a boat anyway?
Yeah, but Fleck in his post game said, "Let's roll the boat, roll the boat."
Flick, flack, fluck. Who cares?
We will be back sometime, somewhere this week to preview the dangerous Baltimore Ravens. So we can only breathe lightly for about 2 or 3 days, and then reality will hit that the Ravens are coming in, the team that I think take the Super Bowl.
Really? Are you seriously that scared of the Ravens?
The Ravens have never won here.
Yeah.
You
know why? Tony, do you know why? Because the last 4 weeks that they've played now, they've given 20 points or less. Their defense, the first 3 weeks or 4 weeks, was the worst.
It was Miami, Eric. Calm down.
I agree with you.
It was Miami.
I agree with you. But that Lamar Jackson guy is a bad man. And
Stephen A.
The Vikings have a problem with the running quarterbacks. They do.
Yeah, they do.
We know it. I want to build on this win. Maybe Van Ginkel will be the spy. Maybe he'll discourage Lamar from doing what he does with his feet.
Who's got the worst defense though? Damn near in the league.
Well, yeah, it would be the Ravens. It would.
Thank you.
But last 3 weeks.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right?
Sounds like
it's a battle of purple, ladies and gentlemen. A battle of purple.
The Packers are fearful that Tucker Kraft tore, and I don't know what it was. It's either his ACL or Achilles. Something that
I think he's done for the year. He's done for the year.
He's gone. He gone. As Ken Harrelson would say. He gone. Next man up.
You think they'll take Ben Sims back?
Yeah,
did he even make the?
He did. He didn't even play today.
No, he's deactivated.
He didn't make the cut.
He was inactive. I'm like, okay, what? You signed the guy to be inactive?
And once Josh Oliver comes back, which could be this week, because he wants to play against the Ravens.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Josh Oliver comes back, Ben will be then properly released. Packers could probably get him back, or he'll be on the practice squad. That's where Ben Sims will be for the rest of his Vikings career. I can only hope. But anyway, for Tony Bell, for Bill Dunkel, for quality control, who was just amazing with all those pictures, again, courtesy of the NFL on Fox, we bid you adieu. And as always, as we end the show, we tell you, let's go. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back during the week to preview the battle with the Baltimore Ravens at US Bank Stadium. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and tell your friends to join our squad. See you next time. Skol!
Go. And roll the boat.